Hi students, today I want to talk to you a little bit more about linear functions. So, how do you find the slope from a graph? First thing you have to do is to find 2 points on the graph. Try to find points that are whole numbers. Let's see, on this graph you could look here, 6 for x, 0 for y, or you could look here, 7 for x, 4 for y. Ooh, there's another one. 8 for x, 8 for y. Doesn't matter which one you use because it will be the same ratio. What is the rise divided by the run? If you look carefully, these are the same, so it does not matter which triangle you use. So to find the slope, we have to remember that slope, we use m. M equals the rise divided by the run. The rise is the change in y, and the run is the change in x. Change in y is just how many squares there are going up or down. That is the rise. And change in x is how many squares there are going left and right, which is the run. So the little triangle there means change in. So let's look at what is the change in y. How many squares does it go up or down? Since this line has a positive slope because it goes up from left to right, we will know that y will be positive. It is going up. Let's see how much. 1, 2, 3, 4. So y goes up by 4. And what is the run? The run is always from left to right. So left to right, the run is 1. So the slope is 4 over 1, or we could say m equals to 4, because 4 over 1, 4 divided by 1 is 4. How do you find the slope with 2 points? Remember, there is a formula. M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what is x1 and what is x2 and y1, y2? Well, that's up to you. As long as you remember from coordinate points that the first one is x, second one is y. It doesn't matter which one you call 1, which one you call 2. I usually just like to call the first one 1 and the second one 2. So x1, y1 for 10 and 2, and x2, y2 for 5 and 11. Then we just have to match it up. What is y2? y2 is 11. And what is y1? y1 is 2. So 11 minus 2. Now for the denominator, what is x2? x2 is 5. What is x1? x1 is 10. Sorry about that line there. Pen error. All right, so the denominator is 5 minus 10. So 11 minus 2 for the numerator is equal to 9. And 5 minus 10 on the denominator is negative 5. So our answer is 9 divided by negative 5. I usually like to put the negative in front. You don't have to. It is still correct that way, but I just prefer to put negative 9 over 5. Now, how do you find the slope from an equation? So slope-intercept form. Remember, it is y equals mx plus b. M here is the slope. And b is the y-intercept. So if you're looking for your y-intercept, you look at the second part. And if you're looking for the slope, you look for the value in front of the x, which is here. So it's asking us to find the slope. So the slope is the m, so you look here. So m equals negative 7 divided by 6. So what if the question didn't ask for slope, but asked for y-intercept? Then we will look at the y-intercept. Remember, that is b. B is the second part. B equals, you might think 3 over 4, but be careful. Do you see that for b, it is a plus sign? But in our equation here, it is negative. So make sure for b, you add the negative. So b equals negative 3 over 4. Now let's take a look at our last set of questions. How do you actually graph a line when given an equation in slope-intercept form? First, you have to look for the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is the b value, so it usually comes at the end of the equation. So if you look here at this equation, y equals 1/4 x plus 5. The 5 is your b value or y-intercept, so you go up 5 and put a dot there. Then you go look at the slope. 1 over 4, since it is positive, it'll go up 1 and then to the right 4. You put another dot here and that's how you'll graph your line. Connecting the two dots, you have a line. Now here you have positive 9. Go up 9 for the y-intercept. Then your slope is negative 1 over 3. With the negative, you have to make sure you go down instead of up. So you go down 1 and then to the right 3. You always go to the right. You just change up or down depending on if it's positive or negative. Now here, 9 is your y-intercept. What is your slope? 1 over 7. Because it's positive, you go up 1 and to the right 7. So I hope you feel a little bit more confident about your knowledge on lines. I hope you also have a good practice on IXL.